your future, given that there's only so many punters out there in the pros?
Yeah, I mean, I've got some interviews with a couple coaches. They're just general background questions just to get to know me. But other than that, I know it's a tight spot out there. I mean, you're fighting for 32 jobs in the world, so just fighting for every chance you get and just showing out when you're supposed to. Going to camp, just competing against head-to-head shows that you can work under pressure, and that's what I did in Zonner's camp down in Arizona. But other than that, I'm just waiting for some invites just to get my name out there and just be invited to compete again. So, yeah.
What was the camp in Arizona?
Zonner, Coach Zonner. He's a specialist coach for many years. He's basically the head honcho for specialists right now, but he holds a very popular camp. A lot of guys go to him.
Andy, I guess just generally, how do you think you did last year, given that's going to be what teams look at for your tape?
Overall, I thought it was okay. I know I had a better previous season, but regardless, I know the weather was a little bit challenging this year, and I thought that was good to put on tape just to know how to handle it. But other than that, I think it's overall a good portion of tape that they can look at.
When you came here a couple of years ago, did you think or hope that hunting here would lead to where you are today, to this opportunity for the NFL?
Yeah, I know that going D1, you get a little more exposure. My main goal when I first came here was just to have fun because I was just a small kid and I just wanted to play football, and I got the dream job of playing for Wisconsin. So over the years, the dream changed, and I was like, okay, maybe there's more to this. So then I just, kept working as I always was, but then I just, changed my outlook and just kind of focused more on how to get there. So.
How much do you think your fitness and the things you do in the weight room matter when you're out here or talking to scouts?
It definitely, I think, gets my name out there in that aspect, but it comes down to can you punt, because it doesn't matter how much you can jump or bench because they don't care about that. You don't go on the field to bench press, you go out there to punt. So it's nice to have. I mean, it's nice to be like, okay, this guy's pretty good in the weight room, but it really comes down to can you punt and do your job, because that's the only thing you get paid for. So if you're going to focus on that, you need to do that well. So
You mentioned that it's 30 people are fighting for 32 jobs.
yeah.
It's not always easy to get that job right away. If it doesn't happen, do you say, okay, I'm going to go into the real world, or you say, no, I'm going to keep fighting and fighting until I get a shot?
Yeah, I've thought about it. I think that, some guys look at the real aspect of what can happen. Some people give themselves 2 or 3 years, and then I'm going to play it out, see how much exposure I get this year, but I plan on, competing for a job for the next couple of years and just see how my body handles it. And if I want to keep pushing for it, I know that I'll keep working on it in my off time. But other than that, I mean, the real world job, that's why I got a great degree here. So I'm hopeful that pushes me somewhere if football never works out. So.
Was there feedback that you received? You put it earlier today, right?
Yes.
What was the feedback that you received from some of the personnel, if any?
During the session, I got some great kicks, like good kick here and there, and then at the end, they all congratulated me on good kicks and everything. They said that just a great session overall with the elements too as well, because there was snow in the field. I mean, what's new in Wisconsin? But other than that, yeah, they said I handled it well, and I got a lot of great jobs from multiple coaches.
Refresh my memory. What was the degree in, and if you did have to pursue it, what would you see yourself doing if it's not football?
I got a degree in computer science, looking to get into the IT field, just something like that. Yeah.
Was there any aspect of today's pro day that caught you off guard or surprised you?
I know that just going through the drills, I know my running was not my main focus in the offseason. I really wanted to focus on punting. I know that this was just like a +1 for me. So I know my footwork was obviously not the best, but I know that I can jump because I know that's pretty simple to do. But other than that, it was a little awkward with my footing on some of these starts that I had to start with my right foot forward, and I honestly did not practice that much at all. So I did what I did, but it's all right.
Andy, could you offer your assessment on the punters that are still on this roster? I could just look at it. I think there's only one punter listed, it's Gavin, and there's like 5 kickers. So maybe they can kick a punt, but do you have a sense of your thoughts on who's at least going to be competing for your
I think Gavin has been a great competition throughout the years that he's been here. I know Jack Van Dyke has had troubles with kicking, so he's kind of transitioned to punting. So I think he's doing a little bit of both. I don't know what his outcomes right now, but I know the previous year he was focusing more on punting because of his issue with kickoff during his leg injury, but I know that they're both fighting for the job, and I think they can do a great job, especially with the new scheme they're bringing in with the new coaching staff. So I think they're both going to do great.
Speaking of the new scheme, how have your interactions with Luke Fickell gone? What are you thinking about with the next generation of Wisconsin football?
Honestly, I don't get much one-on-one with coaches, but from what I've seen on just watching when I come in on my own time and then on social media, I think it's just a fun atmosphere, and I wish I was back just to be a part of that. But I know that they're going to keep growing, and you can see the difference just in the attitude that they bring. It looks so fun.
Andy, again, just kind of being a homegrown kid to being here on this type of stage, how special is it to be a part of the stage, participate, and see the guys out here too?
Oh, it's so fun. Every pro day when I was here, just watching the guys before me, I was just like, wow, I'm going to be here someday, and it's just going to be like, all right, that's something to look forward to. And it's just something I always looked to see, because every guy that comes here just, I don't know, puts up great numbers, and it's so fun to see how much work they put in during that little span they get after the last game, and just see how much they excel during that period.
Are there any guys professionally that you've kind of reached out to for advice, just with the uniqueness of the situation that kind of going into it?
I know my putting coach is probably the oldest guy that I talk to. He has great experience in the game. But other than that, I think I stay within my age group mostly and just kind of get the feedback, and they're also the guys I compete against, so it's good to just get their take on things and how they're looking at their aspect of what they're going through, and just see how it plays in my field. And then I haven't reached out to any like NFL guys or anything like that, but I know some guys have, and some guys do reply to them, but I just haven't, I guess. But my putting coach has been a great resource for me.
Hey, when you come out of high school and I guess it's keep you to start with, did you kind of think like pro football wasn't going to happen? Like, did you kind of feel like come full circle to the dreams reunited like this?
Oh yeah, I just come here. I just wanted to have fun, honestly, when it comes down to it. Anything that happens from here on out, is going to be a big bonus for me, because, I'd love to make the NFL and everything, but I know that the percentage is very low, so I got to keep it real. But that doesn't mean I can't try and just, have fun with it, and whatever happens, happens, and then just go into the real world if it doesn't work out. So
Andy,
I'm happy with it.
Do you know what your numbers were today? It sounds like they don't have them for us.
I didn't get much of the running ones, but I got a 36 on the vert, 21 on the bench, and 10.7 on the broad, I think. Other numbers I have no clue.
What you expected.
Apologies for asking. I couldn't hear a bit. Where did you train during this time, and just what were some of the cues that you were trying to hone?
After the bowl game, I had the invite to the Hula Bowl, so I went down there. We had a week with Coach Sonner, who's a punting specialist, kicking specialist, and so that was a great work with a bunch of guys too. And then after that, I went down for a week with my punting coach, and we competed with NFL caliber guys that are trying this year. And then after that, I came back here, did a little training just in Madison. I've been just using facilities still, and then I flew out to the Design Camp, competed there, got top 2 there, and then came back here, and then just trained on my own. Just honestly been doing everything on my own, punting on my own, because I basically know what to do, and I feel good. If I had any issues, I can always get hit up my coach and just get like a one-on-one chat too. But I felt good for training here, and got used to the weather, because I knew I had to punt out in the weather here. So.
Were those numbers what you expected? The 36 vert, 21 bench, is that typical for you?
21 was a little lower. I know that I was a little rushed. I punted quick, and then I ran in, had to warm up in like 2 minutes, and I kind of got thrown in there, it was fine. But I got over 20, which is okay. But I was hoping for more. The vert kind of surprised myself, because I haven't jumped in a while, because I've kind of just been focusing on punting and doing light leg work just to stay mobile and focus on punting. So I was surprised I still had that 36 in me. And then the broad, I was thinking anything over 10 I'll be fine with, but I got almost close to my PR, which is 10.7.5 or something like that. So I'm very happy with today.